Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what the MDR is going to be spinning up. We have two potential storms that are going to be not making US landfall, but potentially having some raise and concerns for hurricane season for the 2023 hurricane season. So you guys can see we have two storms right now. One randomly over the last night just came over and or other night came over and just randomly formed. So now we have two. So we have Inves 92L. This is disturbance 1. 100% chance of forming in the next 7 days, or becoming a maybe tropical storm. And then here we are with a 40% chance of disturbance 2. Maybe potentially becoming a not really nothing. This is gonna become a part of this storm. This storm's gonna kind of eat this storm up. But we'll get into that in a few minutes. So here is on Weather Nerds. You guys can see currently right now that we have some spin up. Here's that disturbance back here, and then here's Invest 91L, and you guys can see we have dry air on the front side of it, which is kind of slowing it down. Which this thing is not supposed to form anytime soon. It's gonna be a minute before it even tries to get to where it's going to try to get, because it's getting eaten up by this dry air and dust. So like I said, once it conquers that, the dust is not too heavy on it, but it is affecting it a tad bit, which is expected around this time of year, because MDR does not start until really August, September area. So like I said, that's what's looking right now. You guys can kind of see we don't have no formation or spin on it. It's kind of like, in fact, it's kind of a little dissipating right now. So like I said, it's not going to be doing nothing within the next, probably, next 24 hours, but definitely it will form within the next 48 hours once it gets out of this, dust. So here we are, Invest 92L. You guys can see this is going to be the track for it. This is what all the models, so this is going to be, like I said, it's going to be a good tropical storm, as it makes its way, maybe becoming a good, around 998, so a tropical storm. And a lot of models are showing that it's going to hit part of the islands in Caribbean, the Caribbean Sea, the Bahamas, around there, and then eventually making its way and taking a southern bend, because what's going to end up happening is there's going to be a high right in here, not quite the Bermuda high, but there's going to be a high right in here, which is going to cause it to have a sudden turn like this, and then the high is going to disappear, which is going to allow it to do something like that, not making any US landfalls. But you guys can see this is very concerning due to the fact that it is only June 17th, June 18th, that we're seeing these type of storms coming off the MDR. We normally don't see this normally happen until later on in the summer, around August, September. But like I said, this can mean one or two things. This is going to be a really, really bad season for hurricanes. And then, or it's just going to be a simply very deadly hurricane season. This is going to have to play out, because we are not 100% sure how this is going to play, because we've never had record high temperatures in the Atlantic. And we also have a storm down there in the Pacific that's going to be forming, which is not really going to affect anyone. But we'll talk about that towards the end of the video. But, like I said, this can mean one thing. So like I said, and we've never had this case scenario play out, so this is going to be potentially a dead season, or it's going to potentially be a really dangerous season. We're not 100% sure on that yet. So you guys can see, let's look at the formation. So you guys can see a lot of models are sticking within the category 1, the tropical storm range. Very few are going into category 2, so it could become a good category 2 once it hits the Caribbean Sea. Once it gets out of that dry air. Next, for 36 hours, we're definitely going to see within the tropical storms is verge on the tropical storm. So like I said, probably in the next 12 hours, we'll probably see this thing named. Probably in the next 12 to 36 hours, we'll see this thing named. So you guys can see, there we are, and here is the warm content of the sea surface. So if I get my marker out real fast, take a look at this. So you guys can see anything from the OBX all the way down is very warm. We do have this one little pocket of cool air cool water right here, which is not really nothing big. The MDR is more of right in here. This is where the MDR is. So you guys can see maybe a little bit more down. You can't see it right there because that's how red it is, but you guys can see most of it is within the, if we look, most of it is within down here where the MDR, where favorable hurricanes are really within the 24 to 29.5 Celsius, which around, it will probably be a good 80 degrees for in that ballpark. Not 100% sure how much it is on particular, but it's around there, a good estimate. So you guys can see the Caribbean Sea is really warm, where these hurricanes are, these potential tropical storms are going to, they're in a very favorable condition of water. Now this could lead some things. This is the only concern with this is that the water is going to be stirred up and it's going to bring all that cool surface area, because what hurricanes pretty much do is they take all the water from the top of the hot water and then they bring up the cool water because they stir up the water. And that pretty much allows when a hurricane comes behind it, if it comes behind it, it kind of kills it off. But like I said, we've never had this case scenario play out in the record of history, so this could be a busy hurricane season. We'll just have to find out and see what we're in for today, 2023 hurricane season. So we're gonna take a look at the GFS on tropical tidbits. We'll get more into the Euro. Now this is the GFS is known for over exaggerating a lot of things, can't take that for granted. So you guys can see here's a high I'm talking about right now. That's gonna allow the storm to be to push like this kind of. If this high was not here, this storm would make more of a loop like that and push off. But like I said, the high is going to be there, but the high is going to move, which is going to allow it to make a more sudden turn. So here you go, you guys can see we have that other disturbance that's behind it. This is going to be around the 19th of tomorrow. So you guys see, talking about a good tropical storm. So even tropical tidbits, the GFS is saying that it's going to be a tropical storm. Maybe even the category 1 is talking about it now affecting some of the islands. You guys can see it's not going to be direct contact, but it's going to definitely leave some winds and some surge for parts of you guys, and maybe tropical storm force winds. But as you see, this thing right here is struggling to keep aboard. So what's going to happen is this front storm is going to end up eating this one. You guys see the high is still there around let's see, around the 25th, and you guys see eventually this back storm is going to really dissipate and it's going to become a part of this Invest 92L, as of right now, future named tropical storm. And you guys can see down here in the Pacific, we have a storm forming right in here. Nothing really going to affect anything, so I won't talk about that. But like I said, you guys see the high pushes off to the back, which is going to allow this storm over here to push over and not affect the United States, which is a good thing. You don't want nothing like that to hit the United States. Nothing too big, but still, you don't want nothing. Like I said, and then you look at it, and it becomes one whole storm, and then eats that other disturbance. It pretty much forms right here. Now, I think the GFS is overdoing it right here. This is a good 7-8 days out, so I wouldn't go off this, but it's definitely for sure to say that the high is going to build back up in here. So it's going to make the storm sit here for a few days, and then finally the front is going to finally take care of it. And you guys see over here, we're talking about category 2, category 3 right in the Pacific. So like I said, don't go off that. It's around 10 days old, so definitely still got some time to wait. But like I said, this is going to be the wrap of the video. But like I said, we've never had these record temperature high for the hurricane season, so we're going to have to see how this thing plays out. It's either going to be a really busy one or it's going to be a really dead one. Like I said, this is the concern that we've never had a hurricane season had this record warm temperature of water, even all the way from the Carolinas all the way to the Gulf of Mexico to the MDR to the Caribbean Sea. It's all warm right now, so we definitely have to see how this is going to play out for the 2023 hurricane season. Like I said, hopefully it's not too bad. 2020 was pretty fast, pretty bad too. But like I said, this will be a wrap up the video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe, like, share this video.